Welcome to Just One Thought. I'm Vicky, and today with Eric, we're talking about the surprising power of slowing down to reflect. We hear it all the time, right? Life's moving faster than ever, and it's not just, physically fast like our gadgets or cars, but mentally fast. It's like this constant barrage of things to think about, decide on, act on.
Absolutely. And I think this rapid pace can really lead to what experts call decision fatigue, the sheer exhaustion of too many choices or too much information. Studies suggest it actually undermines the quality of our decisions when our brains are perpetually cluttered.
Oh, totally. And it's kind of ironic, We created all these systems to save time, but they end up demanding more of it. So what's the fix? Stop the clock?
Not exactly, but you're close in theory. Many researchers advocate for intentional pauses or moments of mindfulness. Even brief respites can provide clarity in the chaos and actually improve mental health.
Wait, just stopping for a second? That's it? Feels a little too simple.
Yes, but its simplicity is its power. And it's not just stopping, it's deliberate reflection, Millie. I've found this incredibly useful with what I like to call thinking breaks. For example, I allocate short bursts of time, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, to step away from what I'm doing and just think. No distractions, no noise.
Thinking breaks, huh? Okay, that sounds doable. So what happens? Do you stare out a window or something?
More or less. However, the point is to allow space for your brain to process information instead of reacting urgently all the time. Neuroscience backs this up too. Reflection strengthens neural pathways involved in focus and creativity.
Right. Kind of like putting your phone on low power mode when it's overheating. It's funny. I've read a lot about how professions like pilots and surgeons rely on this same principle. They're trained to pause and run through a mental checklist in critical situations.
Exactly. And those deliberate pauses often mean the difference between life and death. It's both incredibly structured, yet very mindful, and the outcomes are proof that this isn't just theoretical mumbo-jumbo.
That's kinda fascinating when you think about it. Like, intentional reflection isn't just about improving productivity, it's about making sure we're stepping back, being intentional with our thoughts before taking action. And it's not just about work or decisions. It's like that in relationships too. How often do people argue just because they're reacting in the moment without taking a breath to really think?
Quite often, yes. Relationships thrive on thoughtful interaction, and I believe reflection plays an underappreciated role in enhancing communication. Techniques like active listening, for instance, can completely change the tone of a conversation.
Oh, totally. Like when you make an effort to repeat back what the other person said, just so they know they're really, heard. It almost forces you to slow down and actually pay attention.
Exactly. And another method is what I call deliberate gratitude, taking time to reflect on what your partner, or even a friend, brings to your life and then consciously expressing that. It's simple, but it can profoundly strengthen connection.
For sure. I actually did something like that recently. So I had this friendship that was kind of drifting, We weren't mad at each other or anything, but we just weren't as close anymore. And one night, I sat down and journaled about, all the reasons I valued them. Turns out just writing it out made me realize what I needed to say to them to repair things.
That's a brilliant example. And the act of journaling itself is reflective, helping you refine your thoughts before communicating them. It's very much aligned with how mindful parenting or mentoring works as well.
Wait, mindful parenting? Is that like teaching kids to meditate or something?
Not quite. It's more about being reflective as a parent, understanding your triggers, your patterns, and the way you communicate so you can guide your children with clarity. And it doesn't stop with parenting. Mentors and leaders who reflect on their interactions tend to have much stronger relationships with their mentees.
Right, because they're not just running on autopilot. That makes sense. I feel so it's like when you start being mindful, whether it's with parenting, mentoring, or even your own friendships, it sparks this amazing ripple effect. Just a single reflective moment can lead to such a huge snowball effect in your life.
Absolutely, Vicky. It reminds me of the metaphor of planting seeds. A small intentional habit, like a morning thought prompt, has the potential to grow into something much larger, influencing how you approach your day, your choices, even your relationships. Consistency is key, though, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. And it doesn't even have to take long, right? I started doing these nightly resets, just jotting down a few thoughts before bed. And honestly, it's been eye-opening. You start seeing patterns in how you think and what really matters to you.
Exactly. That process of catching patterns and distilling insights defines reflective journaling. One approach I recommend is setting a weekly theme, a word or idea to guide your reflections. It allows you to focus on aligning daily thoughts with your core values.
Weekly themes? That's actually a cool idea. Do you start with something broad, like gratitude, or narrow it down even more?
It depends, but broad themes often work best. They allow flexibility so your reflections evolve naturally over the week. What's fascinating is how many leaders and innovators trace their most impactful ideas or movements to reflecting on a single thought. It's as if slowing down unlocks clarity and inspiration simultaneously.
Right? Like how the founder of some social movements literally started with, just thinking about one personal experience, connecting the dots, and realizing, hey, this could help a lot of people.
Yes. And those moments aren't accidental. They emerge because reflection creates the space for ideas to surface. When we reflect, we're able to connect personal insight with meaningful action, and that's where real change begins.
It's so easy to skip that step, though, We're always rushing, but I really think I'm going to give this a go. That whole weekly theme thing. Maybe start small and see where it leads.
That's the beauty of it. Starting small is not just okay, it's powerful. Reflection isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Even one meaningful thought at the right time can make all the difference.
Yeah. And if you think about it, those moments end up shaping so much, right? Decision-making, relationships, even how you see yourself. Wild.
That's the essence of this whole idea, creating change one thought at a time. And with that, I think we've covered some pretty vital ground today.
We did. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Reflect a little, and who knows, maybe you'll start your own snowball.
And that's all for today. Great talking, Vicky. Look forward to what we'll uncover next time.